What? I just broke her paw for fun. I didn't think I'd have to pay for it. What? Ah, fuck that. Anyway, hello there everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Legends of the Wind Waker. In the last part we got the last 2 Triforce charts, and we also set the ghost ship free. Well, it's soul, whatever. In this part we are gonna get the last Triforce chart, which is up here. Now, as I mentioned once before, on Outset you can get rupees very easily. Down there, there's a pot. Now, when you use a Tingle Tuner, and I'm just saying this in case you guys forgot, but when you go down there, and you have a Tingle Tuner on Tingle State of Something Odd, you blow it up, that pot will appear, and it will always have 100 rupees. You can then change it day or night, and bam, it's still there. And you don't even need Tingle Tuner active. Also, I love this face ever so much. It's gonna be a shame to say goodbye to it. But before you go in here, highly recommend that you have a bunch of fairies and perhaps the elixir soup. I have 3 fairies and 1 elixir soup. And you're also probably gonna want to have out your grapple hook. And they'll give you fairies for going, which is nice. This is probably the most annoying and potentially difficult Triforce shard to get. Basically, this is kind of similar to the Triforce shard you get on Overlook Island. You basically fight a bunch of enemies, wave after wave, but this one there are a lot more. I probably don't want to boomerang out. There really is not much else, so you get a bunch of money. As you're noticing, none of them are dropping stuff. The only way you can really get them to drop stuff is to use... Oh, grappling hook kills bats. I didn't know that. The only way is to use a grappling hook. That's the only way you can get items. So I highly recommend that's what you do. So with that, I don't really see a point in showing this. So I will see you all later. I'm just gonna speed this up and see you all when we get the Triforce shard. Until then, cutting ahead and cue speed up music. So basically, this is the end of the salvage Labyrinth. And I filled my wallet. That's fantastic. Oh, that money. I think you know who we're gonna visit after this, but now, as you can tell, we're not done yet. At this point, all the required stuff is done, and if you just want to quit, you don't want to get anything extra, you can just go up, because the exit's gonna appear after you make the chest spawn. And I believe only after you open it. So with that we have all the Triforce shards, but there's something extra that you can get, as I mentioned. And Emperor is taunting me. Again, if you want to leave, there's the exit. But on the other hand, there's the optional stuff, which I'm going to be showing. So once again, I'm just going to speed up the rest of this, and we'll be done. As you can also tell, there's been kind of a theme going on. Like, you know, every room has basically been themed after a certain dungeon. The first one was Dragon Roost, second was Forbidden Woods, and this one is, well, Tower of the Gods. Next year are going to be Earth Temple, and also Wind Temple. So once again, I will see you all later. Ha! Take that! Thinking that will get me. What the fuck is going on with its head? Anyway, I will see you all later. Fuck. Okay, I won't lie, that last room was awful. I had to use my elixir soup. That room is a pain, honestly. All the rooms are fine. Up until the redeads, really. But man, that could have gone a lot better. It's just the game really wasn't cooperating with me. Like, some of the prompts, etc. wouldn't pop up. So we put 4 dark nuts. That's a lot. Anyway. Well, I guess next I'm just going to deposit get rid of all my rupees at Tingle Island. So I'll see you on Tingle Island. You're the last person I would ever play with Tingle. Yeah, take my money. I don't really care at this point. And now you guys can see his dance in all its not-so-cool glory. Also, Tingle, get out of my item, get animation. You're not awesome enough. Yeah. I wish you could just skip through all this. The other thing I want to do is I want to get that giant Octorok out of the way. It has been bugging me. I've read that it's actually kind of a buggy, that's pretty I've read that it's a lot buggier than the other Octoroks. Like, sometimes it'll appear, sometimes it won't. It's not just me. I know that I don't know, I never have any problems with it. I've only had problems now. Probably because of the fact I'm Let's Playing it. No, I am not visiting this godforsaken island ever again. Not unless you pay me back all the money you ripped off from me. Or give me a better wallet. Okay, so actually, I don't want to do that. So, this is probably going to be a pain to get, honestly, because I really want this Octorok out of the way. Hey, look where I am! I'm where the seagulls are! Is there a big Octorok? I don't think so. So, with this, I guess, Big Octorok still isn't appearing. So I guess I'll meet you guys at Cyclops Reef. We're gonna start clearing out all the reefs now, and probably any treasure that's on the island as well. So, cutting ahead. Okay, so here we are at Cyclops Reef. I don't think I'll speed this up, really, and... Whoa, that barely missed me. So, really, all you're gonna want to do is blow up the cannons. Not the ships, they don't matter. But the cannons up there. Oh, and I managed to hit that anyway. Probably gonna actually want to have out my sail. Is that thing really trying to hit me through there? This isn't really that hard. It's... I don't really know how to describe it. It's not a pain, really. I just really how you can only do this after a certain point in the game. How you can't do it until, I don't know, Forsaken Fortress. I just think that's really stupid. Let's see. Oh, wow! I did not expect that. Okay, so while we're here, I might as well, let's see. Pretty sure the only rewards are like... The fuck? How did it do that? No, seriously! How? I've never seen him do that! What the fuck? Okay, that thing is dying. Come here, come here. Oh, for God's sake, I'm not leaving until I'm killing you. I'm not leaving until that thing dies. You know what? I'm gonna kill you with the boomerang. Seriously? Oh. Since when could they do that? Seriously, since when could they get that high? I have never seen that. Oh well, at least I got my revenge. You're pretty much gonna want to... When I've seen, you can't hookshot over to them most of the time. There might be one where you can, but this one, as you can tell, you can't. So you're pretty much just gonna have to take leaf over. Other than that, there's not really much. Are you okay, so I can't climb up there? Now can I? Okay, I'm just gonna cut out me getting over to that chest. Actually, wait, no, I don't. Oh yeah, I had that equipped. There is one reef that I really wish I did earlier that really made me wish that the ability to do them at any point after you get the boomerang, or really just any point in general. I really wish you could have done this earlier, because there was one reef I really wish we did. One of them gives, a few of them give special charts, and one in particular gives a chart that shows the big Octoroks. And that really would have helped, because they would have had a bunch of them tackled at this point, probably. I don't remember what each island has in particular. The reefs really aren't that hard. What reef did I do that had 2 cannons on each side? Like, that one was probably the hardest, but other than that... at least the rewards are good. Like, I think one of the pieces are, and the others are probably charts. Like this one. So let's see where this goes. Well, that's coincidental. It's right by us. It's for the same island. So with that, I will just cut ahead to getting the treasure. Okay, so this is odd. There's no music playing, but it's still gonna come up. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I just got it. Ooh, the light ring chart. Actually, no, this is useless. No, it really is useless. I'm actually not lying. It's just gonna show, like, all those rings you saw. You actually probably would have... You might have seen one. There are some on this chart, on this island, for instance, but... Oh, it only shows a few. They're probably just, like, particular ones. Which I'm probably not gonna show. Anyway, I'm going to cut ahead to Two-Eye Reef. I will meet you all there. You can faintly see it, but there is a pillar of light there. Now, if I'm correct, that is actually for the Triforce chart we have open. Yeah, and I'm not gonna get it just yet, because I want to save that for a separate part as well. And I don't know why I got out. Now, in case you didn't come here anytime earlier, the fish here talks about a big Octorok here that has a great fairy. Now, that's where I got my double magic upgrade. I did this on the Endless Night. It's still gonna be there anytime you can get at any point after, I believe, like any point during and after the Endless Night. Other than that, there's not really much else. It's also not a bad idea to get rid of the battleships, because as you can tell, they can be really annoying. And I also wish I didn't open that shard up. It's pissing me off. Wait, did he shoot himself? Oh, wait, did I already do this place? Where's the cannon? Oh, I had to destroy the cannons? I mean the battleship? What, I had to destroy the battleship? Okay, so... I think this treasure is actually the big Octorok chart, which would be pretty helpful. I'll probably get that after we're done with all the reefs. I also laugh that the King of Reliance actually got hit by the bomb. So you're gonna want to get up here. Why is Link stopping? Don't pull out your sail, because I keep forgetting having to equip to my Wind Waker button. Well, my music item button, rather, because if some of you guys watch my Majora's Mask playthrough, you will have noticed that my button layout is the same as in that game. I don't know where I came up with this selection. I don't know, but it's always worked for me. I think I got it from my neighbor who got me into the series anyway, because that was his layout when he, because I played Ocarina of Time, his copy, and that was his layout. I don't know. But we got another treasure shard. So let's see where this one is. Where is that? That is probably Overlook Island. Now we're... there should be Three-Eye Reef somewhere. So I will meet you all on Three-Eye Reef. Well, I'm a dumbass. We already actually did this reef. I don't know when, but we did. So wasted all that magic and bombs and health for nothing. So I'll probably just put a link to where I did Three-Eye Reef. I guess next I'll head to Four-Eye Reef. So I'll see you all there. So here we are at Four-Eye Reef. I think I might have a chart for this or Five-Eye Reef. I'm not sure. You might want to be... At this point, they're kind of being a bit more difficult. Like, you can see an exploding barrel over there. In addition to more cannons. Other than that, they don't really change that much, and I don't think there is treasure here. I might as well check. Nope, we have nothing. There's one for Six-Eye Reef, and then there should be one for Five-Eye Reef. Whoa, that barely missed. But there's something I've been meaning to talk about. Wow, those are barely missing. Back in the Wind Temple, I talked about items in Zelda games. So we have our staples, you know, the bow and arrow, the bombs, sword and shield, of course. Well, actually, you can't have a Zelda game without a sword and shield. Look at the first items you get. We have the boomerang, the hook shot, which, as I mentioned, is a fan-favorite Zelda item. And then some of the games have unique items. Majora's Mask didn't really have any, I believe, besides the masks. I don't think Ocarina of Time had any. Minish Cap had the mole mitts and I can't remember what else. And Trial Princess had, I can't remember what else Minish Cap had, but Trial Princess had, it had the Dominion Rod, and it also had, I think it just hit itself. It had the Dominion Rod and the Spinner, which are both pretty cool. I mean, the Dominion Rod in particular was pretty unique. You got to control something, and you can have it do whatever you want. But the thing is, outside of the dungeons, and a few other select points, you never use them. They were really cool mechanics, especially the boss fight against the Stalgord, the Spinner, but you never used them. And in fact, the Dominion Rod, it served a plot point, but other than that, it did nothing else. I don't remember why you couldn't use the Dominion Rod. Like, I remember that Midna Acute thought it was Uku's fault. And I keep pressing the Y button thinking I had the Wind Waker equipped. But anyway, you never used them. Like, after a certain point. It was really annoying because some of them were really cool. I think the boomerang is the only item that comes out of this category because you use Dig Leaf quite a lot, the hook shot, and everything else. Iron Boots, not so much, but you still use it a fairly decent amount. Ring, I find myself using a pretty decent amount, but I'm not required to, I just find it very useful. Okay, so looking at it, that was not the best way to go about getting there. What I don't want to do is get over there. But anyway, I just really hate that about Zelda games. At a certain point, you won't really have use for most of your items anymore. Actually, I can probably get there no problem. Like, I don't think this game, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, suffers from that. Except for the magic beans, which you were required to get in Majora's Mask. And even then, you seldom used it. The item kind of was really just that. It was just a one-time thing, really. Can I stop missing? I can't really think of much else that did that in Majora's Mask, and I'm probably going to want to change one direction. Ocarina of Time, technically speaking, the child items fall into that, because at a certain point you really need them. Like, the Deku Nuts technically fall into that, but you're not required to use them. They're just really helpful. And I can't remember what else falls into that. Minish Cap kind of had the mole mitts, which I don't really remember having to use outside of Fortress of Winds. The Gust Jar you've used a fairly decent amount. I think Skyward Sword has its own version of that. I don't really know if Skyward Sword has any items like that. I'd imagine the Beetle being like that. And the Slingshot in Twilight Princess was also like that. Like, it literally had no use after some time. It became completely useless and outclassed. But yeah, I just really hate that about the series. I have no other problem besides some side quests and things you have to do to get the dungeons. Like, the whole thing with getting Ilya's memory back in Twilight Princess was annoying, honestly. And I really hate that only at that point would you get a way of calling opponent without the grass. I don't see why you couldn't have that at any other point. And that's probably flight control platform. In fact, that item itself you literally never had to use, because at that point you probably have everything else in the game. It was really just a way of trolling you. I also don't remember if you had to use the ball and chain after whatever the name of the dungeon was you got in. I know it was owned by Yedo. So, I will meet you at 5-Eye Reef. cutting ahead once more. So here we're at 5 at Reef. Now, as you might remember, some of these cannons, there are now 2 cannons per spot. Which doesn't really make it that much harder. More so annoying. Actually, it can be kind of easy to hit them because, see over there, they're just stacked right on top of each other. So you can basically hit 2 of them, and I wonder if I can actually hit, like, both of them there. So there's something else I might as well talk about this with Zelda. There's this theory that there are 2 timelines. Which split up after Ocarina of Time. There is the timeline where Link lived out his childhood, which led to Majora's Mask and what else did? Majora's Mask and I don't know what other Zelda games really led up. I don't really know what else. I just know Majora's Mask. And there's a timeline where Link became an adult and saved Hyrule, which is this game and I believe Wind Waker. This game and Wind Waker, this is Wind Waker. Twilight Princess. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not. But did you guys know there's actually been recently it's been unveiled that there's actually a 3rd timeline. Yes, as if the series couldn't get more confusing with timelines, there's a 3rd one. Which, in A Link to the Past, there's this whole thing about a war. I don't really know what it was called, but the whole thing of A Link to the Past began with a mention of a war. That, I don't really know how that began. I don't really know the details, but it basically encompasses all of the older games. The original, Adventure of Link, and A Link to the Past. Yeah, this series can really be confusing sometimes. It does go to show that Nintendo's games aren't just simple stuff, which is kind of nice. I don't really have any theories about the timeline. All I know is that Skyward Sword is confirmed to be where it all began, so it probably just goes Ocarina of Time, and then it just splits off from there. Maybe I'll talk about this in after we get all the Triforce shards and we go to confront Ganondorf. All I know is that the 4 Swords games, Minish Cap, 4 Swords, and 4 Swords Adventures, are their own separate timeline, I believe. There is a Ganondorf there, but that's really it. I believe the Oracle games also fit under the timeline of... what is it? Timeline where there's a Great War. I believe the Great War thing is basically where, under the impression that Link failed to actually defeat Ganondorf, or there simply was no hero. Actually, maybe this... I'm not really sure about which games fit under that, but I basically... Okay, so next, I will see you all on 6 Hour Reef, and we'll be done. Cutting ahead once more. Okay, so here you're at the last reef. This one is it's considerably easier than the last one, honestly. Even though there's gonna be a lot going on, and I got hit. Oh my god, wow, that's a lot. Because there's no, like, you know, dual ones at once. Actually, I'm not really sure which one I would say is the hardest. Maybe the last one, the 5th one. If I could stop getting... He took out his own ally! Wow! That has never happened, where they actually killed each other. There's also treasure, as I pointed out before. I'm not sure what other cans are left. It should be just, Battleship, and that'll be done. And another silver rupee. Also, I forgot to mention this, but the reason I have more arrows and bombs is because I saw a beetle in the way, and I figured I might as well get some more bombs. Too bad he doesn't have green potion. That'd be really nice. Stop this! Oh, thank you. I don't even know where these things could be connected and how they can be working. So, does anyone know why there are cannons here? Or how they even work? Like, who's commanding it? Like, what, is it like a base of operations for Ganondorf? Now, the chart on the... Actually, wait, did I open the treasure chart we got before? I'll open that after. Now, the treasure chart from this island is... I've been meaning to get that for a while. It leads to where the big octo chart is, which I'm going to be getting right after this, because I really want to get that, because it'll help finding the big Octoroks that much easier. Oh wow, you can faintly see Windfall's lighthouse. That's cool. Never knew you could see it from that far away. So that's all the Reefs, and I guess from here, I'm just going to show all the big Octoroks. Actually, let's see what chart I didn't open. Okay, so that one is actually right ahead of us, which is nice. Let's see if I... Yeah, I didn't open it. Oh, wait. Okay. So, from here, I will meet you on Northern Triangle Isles. Okay, so we're right about to sail onto the treasure, and I landed right on it. I believe that's Din's statue. Yeah, it should be. The islands really aren't that much different, but we have the octo... Oh, it's just octo chart, never mind. This is gonna really aid in finding the big Octoroks. So let's take a look. Okay, so I never... Didn't I get a big Octo... The big Octorok on my Oasis? So, I never got the Octorok on Tingle Isles. That sucks. I don't know what's going on with it, it's just not appearing.